Subscribe to my channel and also press this bell icon so you can get latest video notifications.
ప్రజా వైద్యశాల మన వైద్యశాల స్త్రీలకు ప్రత్యేకంగా మహిళా వైద్యులచే 20 రూపాయల ఫీజుతో 24 గంటలు వైద్యం అందిస్తున్న ఏకైక వైద్యశాల ప్రజా వైద్యశాల. 24 గంటలు అత్యవసర కేసులు మరియు 24 గంటలు మందుల షాపు సదుపాయం. వివరాలకు సంప్రదించండి. ప్రజా వైద్యశాల, పంచముఖ ఆంజనేయ స్వామి గుడి వెనుక, బ్రాహ్మణ వీధి, విజయవాడ 1. సెల్ 9989371519.
ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్రంలో ప్రధానమంత్రి గరీబ్ కళ్యాణ్ అన్న యోజన పథకం కింద ఇంతవరకు 2480 కోట్లతో 6.70 లక్షల మెట్రిక్ టన్నుల ఆహార ధాన్యాలు కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం అందించిందని ఫుడ్ కార్పొరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా ఆంధ్ర రీజనల్ జనరల్ మేనేజర్ అమరేష్ కుమార్ తెలిపారు. విజయవాడ పడమటలోని ఫుడ్ కార్పొరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా ఆంధ్ర రీజనల్ కార్యాలయంలో సోమవారం ఏర్పాటు చేసిన విలేకరుల సమావేశంలో అమరేష్ కుమార్ మాట్లాడుతూ
better known as PMGKY. As we all remember, last year also during the same time, especially in the month of April, when the number of cases of COVID-19 were going up, in the month of March, the lockdown was imposed by the government of India, and that lockdown went up to July, and with in various phases of unlock, finally it was removed. So last year, what has happened, as you may remember, that these are preliminaries. I mean, these are not the bites. I am just giving you the background. Suddenly, the bite will start. The bite will start. So, if you remember, it was introduced in the month of April by the government of India, and the main highlight of this scheme was that free ration was to be distributed. The entitlement, individual entitlement, was 5 kg per month, and in 2 spells in 2020, that was PMGKY 1 and PMGKY 2, a total of 8 months were covered, starting from April 2020 to November 2020. Now today's topic starts. After the second wave of COVID-19, which has proved to be more lethal than the first one, because the new mutant was more dangerous, and both the positivity rate as well as the death rate was substantially higher than the first wave. Again, the same administrative measures had to be taken. Lockdown or curfew was imposed by these respective state governments in different phases. So that's why again the same crisis situation which had taken place last year, that almost replicated itself this year, and because of that the PMGKY scheme was relaunched again for the 2 months initially. That was for the months of May and June. This we call PMGKY 3. Now, for July to November, PMGKY 4 also has been introduced. For the nation as a whole, every month, if 5 kg ration has to be given to the intended beneficiaries, which has a huge number of 84 crores. PMGKY scheme covers a huge size of beneficiaries, that is 84 crores. And to take care of that, every month around 40 lakh MT, 3.98 something, 39.8 something, 40 lakh MT of food grains is required. That is 4 million metric ton. Now this scheme, having been introduced for 5 months now in PMGKY 4, will require around 198 point something lakh MT of food grains. Every month, this scheme requires around 13,200 or something crores of rupees. So again, for 5 months, it will be close to 66-67 crores. So it is a huge program covering 84 crores of beneficiaries all over India, and involving distribution of food grains to the extent of 40 lakh MT per month with a budgetary requirement of more than 13,000 crores of rupees. If we talk about Andhra Pradesh, the allocation is 1.34 lakh MT, and for this 496 crore rupees is required every month. In all the phases so far, all the spells PMGKY 1, 2 and 3, Andhra Pradesh government has distributed the entire allocation under PMGKY, and for PMGKY 4 also we are all set to distribute the same. Apart from this, what needs to be mentioned here, that to meet this additional requirement, which is as high as regular PDS allocation, transportation of food grains had to be taken at an unprecedented level. So last year also we have succeeded in that, and this year also we have assured that sufficient stocks are in position in all the states to take care of the PMGKY requirements. PMGKY requirements of the spell 4, PMGKY 4. And overall, all the reforms meant at reforming PDS, leveraging technology, especially IT and other things, and internet, are being successfully implemented, and PDS you can see now in a much better shape than it used to be earlier. Thank you so much. Actually, let me repeat one more thing which I had shared with you last year also, that apart from this major program of PMGKY, there were some other schemes also which were actually meant for addressing the distress of migrant laborers, and then some people who we call non-NFSA categories, that means who were in need of such assistance but who were not having the ration cards in place, so what we call non-NFSA categories. And then open market intervention also was done, through which the food grains were being supplied to the NGOs at subsidized price. The NGOs who were actually involved in providing relief to the people who were distressed because of COVID-19. So these were the schemes meant for addressing the abrupt crisis which was triggered by and caused by onset of COVID-19 last year. In the second wave also, the same set of schemes have been relaunched and are well underway. These were the emergency responses. After that, the regular PDS is going on along with that. And then one new intervention that I must share with you here, because that is of historic dimensions. That program relates to the distribution of fortified rice to the beneficiaries of what we call midday meal scheme, MDM scheme, and ICDS. So as you might be knowing, these are the two schemes which actually address the nutrition related issues of the vulnerable section, that is children and mothers, pregnant and lactating mothers. So this scheme of supply of fortified rice scheme, this is a path-breaking scheme because it moves further from the concept of food security to the concept of nutritional security. This scheme also has been started, and we have the figures, latest figures. If you want to, if you are interested in getting that, we can share the information with you. And then one last thing which I would like to mention, that apart from this, the scheme that I have already talked about, there are a lot of reforms going on related to end-to-end computerization, and we are also ensuring through that farmers whose produce we purchase, they get the money directly in their own accounts through electronic transaction. This has been primarily done to do away with the middlemen who were very active so far. So that's one measure that has been taken everywhere now in India. Andhra Pradesh is one of the pioneers in that. And second thing is that if you go to the fair price shops, you will see what we call e-POS machines. That is point of sale. Now e-POS machines are there. That means there is an internet connectivity in that. That again is very important. Why? Because unless and until we have that facility, internet connectivity in that, we cannot implement another important scheme, what we call one nation, one ration card.